is. You're right. They have to be able to run the football. They can't turn it over. They got to play great defense. If they do that in this game, he's good enough to get this win.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Snagged out of the air. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. And the Broncos are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Got it in the middle. It's Callaway. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll test the right side. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The Broncos with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Wants to go up top. Looking to the big tight end. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds. They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Wilson. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. And the Broncos are on the move. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. That's the end of the quarter, and Colorado State is on top. We played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Looking to fire. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands. And this offense has gotten off to a good start on 3rd down, but this is a different deal on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Punt is in the air. And you couldn't ask for much more than that. A perfectly placed punt pins them inside the 5. He'll keep it himself. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. The play action fake. Got his man in the middle. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. They'll run for it on 3rd and short. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. And the Rams come to the line with a new set of downs. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Goes to the option. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple. The Rams now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. Zings it complete to the right. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. If you had a DB on the bingo card for the first sack of the game, you win.
Man, and I've been here before, Reese. Like, I can hear the trash talk right now. Like, wait a minute. I got to cover everybody in the back end, and I'm going to get sacks? Like, hey, defensive line, you want to get me some sacks? Or I guess I'll do it myself.
And the Rams will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Fair catch is called for. You want to make sure that you field it cleanly in rainy weather like this. Boise State ready to send out that offense. They really need to find a way to punch back on this drive, already down 14. Grab behind the line. It's Callaway. Or the speed, the acceleration, the elusiveness, and he's down to the 43. The Broncos in a good spot here with 2nd and short. The give out of the gun. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Looking to pick up a first down on 3rd and short from the 43. Wide receiver going in motion. Trying to pick it up on the ground. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. Looking downfield on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Callaway. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. And the Broncos can really attack on this 2nd and short. Power football with the run. There he goes. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, and this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
With the run on 1st and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. The corners are walked up tight. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Trying to pound it in. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down to the 2. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. They got mauled on the last play. Do they have anything that'll work on 3rd and goal from the 2? They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. So they'll send out the field goal unit. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. That'll bring him to within 4. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, it is now a final in the Big Ten, and a game I think a lot of folks will want to see. Michigan State pulled one out today on a day they clearly did not have their best. And that's a testament to those players there in East Lansing. That winning gene, I really believe it's a thing. No cupcakes this week, fellas. This Big Ten battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Powers through the defender.
Well, he got you 2 on 1st down. He got you 2 on 2nd. 2 won't get it done on 3rd. You're going to have to go somewhere else if you're on offense here to stay on the field.
And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Kick is in the air. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. They'll go to the ground. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Creates a little room. Breaks into the open. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. Wants to throw on first down. Bringing the heat. They'll immediately call timeout. The Broncos have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Here's the pressure. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock.
Number 17, on to kick it away.
They boot it away. Making sure there's no return on that one as the punt sails out of bounds. So the offense has had enough. They'll take a knee and wrap up this first half. No tricks here. Looks as if they'll just run it out and take that lead into halftime. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, this matchup on that Smurf turf, sign me up for another half in Boise. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Albertson Stadium.
The Rams will kick it away to start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. They'll open the second half with a run.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down. Now they'll run the draw. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Looking to throw on 3rd. Fires to the wideout. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And the Broncos will punt this one away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines. Not his best work. Guys, we'll have another peek at this Rams offense. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. To the ground with the back. Finds a little bit of space. Gets 3 to the 22. This Boise State crowd bringing the noise. It's deafening here on 3rd down. Here's the handoff. He's able to fight his way for a couple of yards, but it'll be 4th down and 3. And the Rams will send out the punt unit. Might have thought he'd want to try to pick up a few yards there, but he's content with making the fair catch right around the 35-yard line. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Oh, it's picked. Mistake like that. He'll try to take it back. Touchdown, Rams! What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that.
The number one job in defending a quarterback is making him feel uncomfortable, physically hitting him. Nice job by the defense with the pressure, the hit on the quarterback, forces the INT, and then Oski. As soon as you catch that thing, everybody start blocking, get to the near sideline, take that thing back to the house.
Getting set for the point after.
On for the extra point.
And the extra point makes it 14-3. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
Boise State, 3.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He'll do it himself. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Broncos come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Broncos will try to pin them back with the punt. He's getting a lot of work. Fourth time he's punted tonight. He'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. Colorado State takes over the Ram. Offense returns to the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Running back searching for a hole. Turns it on in midfield. They'll get him stopped at the 45, but it's a big 15-yard pickup and a first down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Now they'll try the right side. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Quickly out to the tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? They'll run it from the gun. Only able to pick up a yard before he stopped, and now it's 4th and 3. The Rams will line up to punt it away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. They'll give it to the back. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They'll run the option. And brought down, looks as if that's how we'll end the third. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. We've reached a break. Colorado State is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Catch in the middle, it's Wilson. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32. A little misdirection and the handoff on the counter. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34. Didn't get much on 1st down, it's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Grabbed in the backfield, it's Wilson. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. That last completion still leaving them with a 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll off one deep down the left side. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. On 4th down, trying to find his man. He's got an open man. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. The Broncos look to keep this drive humming. Leaves it with the back. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Makes the grab on the left. It's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Fumbles are great when you force them, and you're always thinking about as a defensive player, but man, when the weather conditions start to come down, it starts to rain, and you know that ball's a little bit slick, and you know more runs are coming, you really try to get to that football. Nice job getting the football out, falling on top of it, forcing the turnover.
We will see what this Colorado State offense can get done this time. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together.
The blue turf wobbling on this 3rd down attempt as as the Bronco fans exhort the knee. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Offside, defense.
Good job by the QB there, using his cadence, using his clapping, trying to get this defense offside.
On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running back here. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And the Rams will have it 1st and 10. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Makes it past the marker. He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play. The give to the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He'll pull it on the read. Turning it on. And oh, no, he loses the ball after the huge gain. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
It's a big mountain to climb, but the defense helping themselves out by getting that takeaway. They're going to need a few scores now, but you needed something positive to happen. You needed the momentum to shift, and I think the defense just did that by getting the takeaway.
The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. This one feels as if it's starting to get away from them a little bit, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, there's a lot of teams in college football at this point that would just quit. So, David, we're going to find out a lot about this team right here.
Yeah, just running out of opportunities. You give opportunities away like this, you're trailing. Every possession is going to be important from here on in.
To the air on 2nd down. That's caught. It's Callaway. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. Leaves it with the running back. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Snagged in the middle. It's Wilson. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. They'll leave it with him. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. To the air on 1st down. That one never had a chance. Incomplete. So now it's 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Makes the catch. It's Callaway. He'll pick up a few before being knocked out of bounds at the 31. And the Broncos come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a 1st down in the red zone at the 14. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Got his man down the middle. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. They'll throw on 3rd and short. He wants it all. Pass is broken up, incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. splits the uprights right down the middle. That'll make it a one-possession game. The lead is 8.
After hitting that field goal down a possession here late, one timeout in your back pocket, I'm thinking we're still going to see onside kick here. So nice job by the kicker. They're knocking it through the uprights. Now the big question, can he execute the onside kick?
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
You want to talk about building confidence? Coming through with clutch plays, making the winning plays at the right time can really set the course for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Reese, maturity and experience matters. And this team has guys that have played a lot of snaps. They've seen a lot of looks, and they've lost close games like this in the past. That wasn't the case today, David. Too many guys out there making big-time plays.
And I think belief is what you build. That confidence, you know you're going to win. You don't think you're going to win. You know you're going to make that play in the big moment that continues to build on week-to-week success. And you look up and you're like, dang, we strung a couple wins together.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.